but also our iPads and our Blackberries. And reuse and recycling is one of our great bugbears, to coin your phrase. We really need to build a better mousetrap in terms of how we're going to get from the origination of whatever it is that we are producing to the disposal period of whatever we're using. And life cycle analysis really needs to be a big part of this. What we're trying to do is to invest more in research and development in terms of how these items are actually put together so that they could be taken apart more easily, and what's important in them can actually be reused more easily. Now, that's not necessarily plastic as in bottles, but it also could be. There are companies out there that are looking to be able to put bottles together using much less plastic. To companies that are out there that are thinking about ways to put electronics together more modularly so that you can dispose of it or it can be reused much more efficiently and effectively. So this is a really huge conversation. I will say, just to close for now, that very recently the United States just put out a new sustainable electronics plan. So we're really trying to think very deeply about how we use and reuse electronics. And we're going to be using the U.S. government, the federal government, as sort of a guinea pig in this project. The number one user, purchaser, retail purchaser, and user of electronics in the United States is the U.S. federal government. So billions and billions of dollars are spent every year in purchasing these kind of items. And we're going to really start investing in tracking where these items go so that we can get some analysis and work towards doing a better job. So this is really a conundrum for all of us on the planet, and I'm really looking forward to spending the next 20 years in my career thinking about this, from the plastic bottles to the iPads and whatever is out there in the coming decades as well.
Yeah, I would like to follow up the question. Plastic is not plastic alone, but also paper. How the U.S. government actually try to lower down the use of paper? Do you go with the paperless office system?
Yeah, you didn't see this paper that I brought in here. my iPad's out there somewhere too. Well, if your question was how the U.S. does. Think about that. We are steadily moving towards using less and less paper. But in turn, then we're using more and more electronics. So we also have that shift where we also have to think about now what we're creating, what we're going to do with what we're creating as well. I think it's a natural cycle that we're going towards. I don't think we'll ever be without paper, but there are ways that companies are thinking about production more sustainably. There are ways, my colleague here his life is about forestry and sustainability of the forest. There are ways that we're thinking about being more sustainable in terms of cultivation and how we actually use what's in the forest and sustain what's in the forest. So that there's a lot of opportunity there to be able to move towards that.
Actually, the question also a question for me because I'm a writer. I write